Good afternoon, fellow YouTubers. Today I'm trying an experiment that I've been thinking about for quite a while now, and right now I have the camera focused on one of a pair of speaker systems that I've salvaged from an old console stereo system. It has a nice magnet structure, but only a very stiff surround, all paper, and I have been trying to determine the actual, let me focus this in, the actual free air resonance of the speaker. And with the aid of this software and my laptop computer, fed through an amplifier and hooked up in such a way where I'm measuring across a dummy load resistor, and I have also my multimeter. Right now it says 0.109 volts AC, 109, 110. Alright. And I have swept manually the frequencies down from 200, as you can see there, to 45 Hertz. And I've determined that the lowest voltage across the dummy resistor occurs when the frequency is at 108 Hertz, 108 Hertz. And that means that that should be, or is, the free air resonance of the speaker, which is really rather high, and that sort of indicates that the stiffness of the cone has a lot to do with this. What I've been thinking of doing with these speakers is trying to create a drone cone or a passive radiator out of these speakers. And at the very least, wherever I can find, there it is. So it's my intention to cut the surround away, and I'll just bring this, alright, that's a foam surround that I bought online. I've bought two pairs of them actually, and I think they're in the order of about $3.50 a pair, right? So what I want to do is to cut the old surround away from this speaker and glue the new one in, and once that's done I will test the free air resonance of the modification that I've made, and at the very least that should make a more impressive woofer to use in a system. But like I said, what I really want to do is to modify this with gluing on some slugs and wooden plugs to the cone surface, and not use the voice coil, and just hook this up into a system where it's being actually driven by a slightly smaller 6-inch Phillips driver woofer that I have. And the reason why I'm interested in doing this is that I own a pair. I've had these for about 30 years now. No, actually coming close to 40 years. Celestion Ditton 66 speaker systems, and they use a 12-inch passive radiator, and they offered me in all these years the absolute best, lowest, most outstanding bass sound that I've ever had from any speaker systems that I've owned or that I've heard. And subsequently I bought, and if I find time to take a shot of them, I bought online a pair of passive radiators for the princely sum of about $4.50 each. And when I installed them in a cabinet with some 8-inch speakers, they were not overly impressive. So considering that they didn't cost me much, I decided to drill a hole in the middle of the passive radiator cone, and I affixed washers in behind, a long bolt, and then put some round wooden plugs that I cut and painted up and affixed to the front. And this modification, even without making any detailed measurements, just taking a guess at what the mass changes would be, has turned out to be, with a modest pair of reclaimed woofers, an excellent sounding speaker system with very good solid low bass. So I'm trying to do this with these speaker systems too, seeing as how I can no longer find replacement or at least passive radiators online to help me make more systems with passive radiators in them. So I thought I would make my own. If this works out very well, then once I'm done, I'll make another installment showing this with the the foam surround installed, and maybe with the wooden plugs installed too. If it doesn't, I'll probably just delete the video and forget I've ever done it. At any rate, this is the first installment, so we'll see how that goes.